Hello everyone and welcome to Downwell. If you haven't already heard of this game, then I am both surprised and honored that this is your introduction to it. When the game first starts up, our character can be sitting or standing in a variety of positions all around the well. The game only starts when we go down it. I'm going to start with the regular style so I can explain the game. Downwell is a roguelike platformer, which apparently is a very lucrative genre these days. Now what that means is that the environment and the enemy placement and, well, everything are randomly generated, so no two runs are exactly alike. There are many things that make Downwell unique. First is the constant downward movement. We're not going left or right or up like most other platformers, we're going down, down, down to the bottom of the well. The second and probably most interesting feature are the gun boots. This is a modified gun that we have in our, well, boots. It can be used to kill enemies beneath us and also give us a slight boost so we fall less quickly. Between stages we get upgrades. I chose the drone, which fires a secondary shot when I shoot. Now, if you want to maximize points in this game, you want to avoid the ground as much as possible and bounce on all of the enemies. That way you rack up a combo. The game starts giving you bonus gems for your combo around 8. I've only managed to get it up to 22, but if you're really crazy, you can go over 100, because the combo carries between levels. Okay, so let's talk about the enemies. Things with some white in them, like the bat or the blob or the turtle, we can just jump on. But all red enemies, we can't touch those. We have to shoot them. It seems simple enough, but with how fast-paced the game is, you can easily make mistakes. We just got a power-up that when we get gems, which happens when we either kill enemies or bust them out of blocks, the gem shoots up a bullet, which can deal with enemies above us. Now, if you're trying to get a high score, you don't have time to stop and kill every enemy. Which means some of them will try to come down on you from above. Which means, of course, that you have to move even faster. This power-up we got helps with that a little bit. Gets them off our back. I'm sure you've noticed the giant bar to the right of the screen. That's the ammo for our gun boots. And you might be wondering what causes it to refill. It refills either when we touch the ground or bounce off an enemy. We need it to refill while we're trying to get a combo because we need to control our descent. And slowing ourselves down with our gun boots is a big part of that. Welcome to the catacombs. We've got new enemies to deal with in here, like the ghosts, which are like the blobs, but they take more shots. They still die in one hit if we bounce on them, though, so that's not too big a deal. The shops let us buy items to heal ourselves and upgrade ourselves, but of course that decreases our gems, and we want those. The all-red blocks make spikes shoot out, so we can't stand on them for more than just half a second, or else we get spiked. There are only 5 worlds in this game, but in each world you have less and less opportunities to stop and slow down. The spikes in the catacombs are just a small part of what's to come, if we get that far. Now this style... Oh, hold on. The game gives us palette changes, because this game only uses 3 colors. There's a whole lot of extra palettes, but this style we just picked, where we flail our arms around, makes it so that the side rooms only give us different types of guns. There's no hidden treasure in them, and shops are incredibly rare. Now, I like this for a couple reasons. I like the variety in switching up my gun boots constantly. And this has a second, even more helpful feature. Sometimes the gun modules come with health pickups, when they're heart-shaped. None of the ones we've gotten in this run are heart-shaped, but you'll see them, I'm sure. The heart-shaped ones give us 1 HP. So each side room, while we play as this style, gives us a chance to refill our health. Potentially. It depends on what the RNG feels like. You might notice a white segmented bar under our health. If we collect extra HP while our health is full, it goes to that. And when that fills up, we get an extra hit. Of course, it doesn't stay after we lose the run. None of the upgrades in this game are really permanent. Except for the styles, though some of those aren't really upgrades. They're just styles. I find that it's the easiest to control our descent with the machine gun simply because of how much ammo it has. Lots of opportunities to stop. The shotgun and the laser are probably the hardest to control. The knife and fork lets us eat dead bodies, and if we eat enough dead bodies, we refill our health. We have to eat a lot of dead bodies, though. This is a game I find you can sink a lot of time into. I just started playing it today, and I've already played it for 4 hours straight. You can play a lot more conservatively than I am here. There's not really a time limit. You get less points if you don't combo all the time, but it's also easier to survive that way. Most enemies drop bodies, but some of them don't, like the big jellyfish-looking blobs. Most of them drop bodies, though. If you're wondering what that green trail is behind us, I didn't bother explaining it yet because I didn't think it was super important. That's a gem high, and it activates when we collect a certain amount of gems. What it does is it makes our bullets bigger and gives us more of them. It's useful, but I don't like to rely on it because it's not always going to be there. You can keep it going by giving it a constant supply of gems. Oh, we're dead. But that requires getting a constant supply of gems, which is a lot more difficult than it sounds. I think that's about enough of Downwell. It's super fun, there's a lot of different ways to play it. And you should probably go try it yourself. And if you already have tried it, then what are you doing watching this video? Why are you doing that? Not that I'm not flattered. But really now.